Because, wealth, if you want to be wealthy in life, you have to be conscious of the environment you're in. Because anything free, you can never ascertain the kind of value. You can't even pay attention to it. And this is one of the things I would like to tell you today. I used to tell people that when I was growing up, my mom and dad, they sat me down. They said, you know what? We want you to go through the 4 years of school, get a degree, get a good job, get married, have kids, buy one house, one car, and you go back to retirement and you join the rat race. And I believe some of you have also heard that in your family where you're growing up. And you see, those are some of the things that they are norms that we all actually think about. But life is far more than that. And that's what we call a rat race. When you look at it, right in our hotel where we got to, yesterday 5 a.m., 6 a.m., we start seeing people rushing. They wake up in the morning 5 a.m., they're in the shower. Before you know it, they take all those things here and there. They're off to work. From 5 o'clock, they retire back around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending on where they stay. And they repeat that same thing over and over. But I want you to do something, because there are 2 things that are very important in this session. You've got to take notes. You've got to have an open mind. Because everything that's going to be greater in life starts in the mind. And that's why I always tell people that the longest mountain in life is not Mountain Kilimanjaro. It's the mindset. That's the longest mind. The longest thing you can ever think about. So, in those days, just like where we are, we have civil engineers, we have engineers, we have accountants. They say if you want to become an accountant, you have to study accountancy. If you want to become a doctor, study medicine. If you want to become financial engineer, study financial engineering, then you go back to it. If you want to become a personal development trainer, go to school for personal development. If you want to become an ICT person, go and study all those things. I've gone through some of those things. As a matter of fact, I'm almost close to being a professor. But being a professor of economics doesn't make you rich. Last time I checked, there are plenty of over in school walls. At the end of the day, you can't even see anything. They're tattered, their shoes are worn out. Their clothes, the suit they wear, they don't match sometimes. Now, if you want to be wealthy, what are you meant to study? Well. And is that taught in school? No. I don't know if anybody else. Maybe you've gone somewhere and taught it. I don't know. No, nobody has ever. It can be taught on the streets in this room. It's a privilege. My brother, my mentor, is here. My friend, and business partner. Over the years, we've actually known each other. We've done quite a lot of things here and there. And I've not even met or meet my brother, my mentor, my friend, my uncle, because he has a gray hair. So, but wealth, it's as a genotype. Just like you have the blood running in your brain. There's wealth genotype. Maybe you don't know, we have AA is access addicts. AS, I'll leave you to find out. SS, I'll leave you to find out. Wealth is called genotype. We're not here to come here to tell you about theories. These are things that we put in place. 10 years ago, having ascertained a master's, working, because I've traveled all over, I worked and I rose to that level in the NHS, in England National Health Sector, as a director. And it dawned on me that I was living from paycheck to paycheck. One day, I was still single, by the way. 12 years ago, I mean. So, during that period, my landlord sent me a quick notice in the winter time. And I was staying in a single room, very expensive, in London. And I've been working on this job. When I find out that I have an expensive car, I live in a good area, I have good friends. At the end of the day, my money just recycled. know how to do it because what I've been taught by my parents was what was coded in me. And you know what? He said, if you know where you're going, the journey is shorter. But if you know how to get there with the people that you are in with, the journey will be much more shorter. And if you belong to a group of people that are already doing it, they're already there, then the journey is no longer going to be there. You are there already. And that's what our families don't do for us. Everything I see out on the streets, at the end of the day, is all terrorists. The real body people, they don't make noise. I don't know if you've seen any. The real body people, they are kept in a private place, and their circles are kept closed. I don't know if I'm saying the truth to you, but when you look at where they stay, is different from where the poor people stay. Where they go also matters, what they do matters, what they read matters. So, I started practicing myself. I gave myself 6 months in that journey. I buried myself. I was away from social media and things like that. And I started delving into books. Teach to be rich. How to think and grow rich. The greatest man in Babylon. I gave myself 6 months. And I started putting those practices into practicality. And before you know it, if I can tell you today, every year, for the past 11 years, I've been traveling to minimum of about 9 countries. Every year, minimum. And I've traveled over 54 countries across the continent of the world. A boy who doesn't have money to pay rent. The boy who came from an average home. The boy who does not know the direction of life. And today, we have a conglomerate of, because when we want to build wealth, we are deliberate. We've done quite a lot in real estate. We have a multi-billion dollars of real estate. You can Google it out, Lifestyle Assets Hub is one of them. We build the sandwich houses with a swimming pool in the middle. Some of you must have not heard about it, because I'm not a public person, I'm a private person. That's why you see the flyer was only created and sent to only few people. You can't find it online. Deliberate. We are always deliberate about what we do. So, without further ado, you agree with me that all these things I've been saying, being a board member and also being part of board members of different conglomerates. Yeah. So, sitting across in different boardrooms, co-founded so many companies. See, I've been a mentor. I've driven a terrible cars. I think if there were some pictures you must have seen. Traveled all over. You see? And again, that was not actually enough. And these are some of the reasons why I wanted to create a community. And we have been creating community for the past 10 years. But South Africa is the time. And that's why it's a privilege that you are actually kind of worthy to be part of this. And, in life, poor people don't actually value knowledge. What they value is cash. When you want to kill a poor man, just give him money. Give him money. Give him money. But the wealthy ones value knowledge. Because knowledge is what is translated into wealth creation. So, before I'm going to be introducing my boss, my friend, my mentor, we're just going to watch a small clip, then I'll come on stage, then we'll set the ball rolling. Thank you so much.
Ugochukwu Aroba is a workplace attitude and peak performance expert, a premium business strategist, mentor, career and life coach. He is the chief visionary leader of Merinos Consulting and Mentoring Limited, a foremost Pan-African company focused on study, research, teaching and certified knowledge as a primary asset for the process of wealth creation. Ugochukwu Amagu's mentoring and coaching experience and skills were developed at J.P. Morgan Chase Bank in the United States, where he was the lead facilitator in the Performance Management Review, PMR. Ugochukwu Amagu holds a bachelor's degree in accounting, and he was a certified tax specialist in the United States of America, a diploma in SMEs, creating growth through entrepreneurship and innovation at Galilee International Management Institute, Israel. With over 15 years of practice and experience in facilitating strategic management, business, and investment training, he has facilitated programs and trained for J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, USA, Central Bank of Nigeria, Angel Foundation USA, Zenith Bank PLC, Fidelity Bank PLC, EcoBank PLC, Polaris Bank PLC, Staco Insurance, Bank of Industry Nigeria, Century Energy Services Limited, Items Integrated Software and Systems Limited, Nymeth Pharmaceuticals PLC,